Hello, beautiful Pisces. I have an extra important message for you this week. And this little guy right here, he's going to deliver it for you. Yep, right there. So if you want to know more, come on in and let's dig in. Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and we're doing your Pisces reading for the week. All right. Look at all this mess. I got so many decks. I've got my Soul Whispered Oracle. I have my Soul Coaching Oracle. I have my Morgan Tarot. I have my Oneness Tarot. I have a whole bunch of Tarot stuff, and I'm a big mess, as you can see. Look at all this mess. Okay? This is my life. This is my mess. And I put an extra candle out. Why not, right? Let's put my calendar over here. All right. Which one do we begin with? Let's do the Morgan Tarot. Why not? Why not? Let's take a look for the week. So this week, because I do these ahead of time, let's channel in the right week, okay? It is the week of the 4th of May to the 10th of May. And I don't do very many more videos now that are like specific, but Pisces I still am. Let's take the chip crumbs off of here. Ooh, what's this? Orders. I like that. Orders await further. Orders await further. Oh, and then it's broken. Oh, await further. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's do this. Ooh, okay. Wow, look at that. And I felt that right away. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I felt that right away. Because this card has both. This card has death and rebirth. So some of you, and the way it fell this way. For some of you, this is one way or the other. You're either going through a death of something or a rebirth of something. And some people say, well, what's the difference? It's the in-between. The in-between. So some of you might be right in the middle. And I love this. Look at that. Look at the eyeballs. Oh my God, this deck. This deck is awesome. Okay, let's see if I have, do I still have the little book here? It's probably buried somewhere. Absolutely, it's buried somewhere. So we're going to leave it buried. It's not meant to be found right now. So it's fine. It's death rebirth. Okay. It's the thing in the middle. And it's, look at his eyeballs like, huh? What's going on here? Okay. So that's pretty much it. Some of you are at one end of the spectrum, the other are at the other end, and some of you are right in between. I would say that probably majority, because this box is bigger, is the in-between. It's between something that's gone and something that's beginning. Absolutely. You've got that feeling coming in here. Because I feel like it's going that way too, right? You go from there to there. You're moving slowly. I almost feel like this is spirit looking at you going, nothing to see here, folks. Just a basic death and rebirth journey going on. Okay. Let's take the tarot oneness. I love this deck because it's so pretty, first of all. Look at that, the perspective card. I love that. That's coming in with this. Okay? This is just kind of explaining a little bit of what's happening in your life right now. This in-between phase is to get perspective on stuff. It's to get like a real download. What's happening? What's coming in? Why am I feeling this way? I love, okay, the Hangman, first of all, is a Pisces card to begin with. It's about getting the big picture view. Okay? It's waiting brings transformation. So you're in between the death and the rebirth, and you're waiting for something to come in. Isn't that great? You're like suspending, let it go of old beliefs. Everything that's coming in from before is like falling away. And I feel it inside myself. Oh, it's so, it's just there, right? And you're using this time to gain this new insight, okay? Don't be so much in a rush to get to that rebirth. Don't be in a rush to get there, okay? The Spirit's coming in and going, take your time, take your time, take your time. I'm never going to get over this bug eyes. Honestly, this deck is just everything. It's just everything. If you don't have it and you want it, and you're that kind of person who'll just sit with a card and really feel it, this deck is for you. It's got sass, so much sass, so much sass. This is absolutely your time, though. This is your time. And look, does this look fantastic or not? Doesn't feel hangman at all, does it? Wouldn't it be beautiful to just kind of be up there and see what it is to see, right? See what we can see. I'm going to recommend a song that's been making a really big comeback in my life. It's called Jack Johnson Breakdown. I usually don't do this, but I will. And it's for those overachievers among you who have just been going, and you just wish that you could just have a moment to really feel yourself. If you're going through this journey right now after this kind of, thing, this ending, this is a perfect time to be with yourself and just let the feelings come in, okay? Honestly, this is the perfect time to do it. Okay, so let's take a look at the block. I'm going to pull some more here from the Tarot of Oneness. What's the block? The Ace of Wands. I feel that this is your next big thing. Your next passion. You know what? When we go through this, we're in a hurry. What happens with this is that we're in a hurry to move, right? One thing's ended, we're going, all right, it's ended. Let's just, go through it. We never give ourselves the time to feel the things that we're going through. It's always onwards to the next thing. And I feel this is what this is. This is like, what's my next thing? What am I going to be passionate about? What am I going to go? Where's my bright idea? What's my inspired thought? What's my new beginning? What's the energy, right? How do I begin this? How do I go forward? What do I do with this? It comes in very quickly, and it makes you feel like, I got to go, I got to do, I got to move, like no matter what, I got to go, I got to move, I got to do. You don't always have to be on. This is going to come right here. See, I put it with the rebirth. It's going to come. But I'm going to give you a little secret. If you fast forward through this middle part, you might miss this part. The idea, the passion, the thing that brings you to your next journey. Yeah. So just take your time, like take a moment, try to give it a minute. Try to give it a minute. Okay, so what do I want to pull from this. So let's go in last week, last month, last year. Wasn't your recent past, okay? For some of you, last year is a recent past. For some of you, it's last week. Journey. Well, that was easy enough, wasn't it? It kind of says it all, right? It says, you were journeying. You were on your journey. You were on your path. You were doing stuff. You were going, I'm going there. I'm walking towards there. Absolutely. I am journeying on my path. What's really getting to me, though, and probably some readers won't talk about it, but I will, it's the snake eating its own tail. To me, I feel that this is not shedding of the skin. It feels very much like going around in circles. That's what it feels like. feels like I've just been running so fast, so long, and all I'm doing is chasing my tail, and then you end up eating your own tail. You're eating up your own journey. You're you didn't take the time. You think you're completing a circle, but by eating your own tail with this part right here, I feel that you didn't realize that part of that journey is the pause. We don't pause when we should. There's so much wisdom in the pause. Just think about it. The pause is the place where you get your next bright idea. It's the breath we take before we come up with the next beautiful intention, creation, action. It's the space between the silence and what comes next. And I feel this card has been saying that you've been so much in your journey, Pisces, that you're trying to get there. And I get it. I've completely the same. And up to about 2 months ago, I was totally like this. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It was always about, checklists and checkpoints. But things have changed. We're such in a rush to get there that sometimes we miss the whole point. Or we're skipping steps and we don't even realize it. Okay, another deck for the future. Why not? Let's take from the Soul. The Soul Coaching by Denise Lynn. So this is what's coming up for your future. What's gonna show up? Compassion. We got this card last week, and we're getting it again this week. And you saw me shuffle it like 3 times, so I shuffled. The thing is with this card, though, is what I feel that it's saying is creation. Okay, you got 12. See 12? It's right up here. Okay, 12 is, again, the Hangman. And yeah, it's not a coincidence. I don't have coincidences in my life. I just have meaning and being and becoming and, yeah, all of that stuff. I don't know if you're the dog or the woman, but either or, this is a co-creative, co-mingling, compassionate thing going on. Last week we were talking about that. Being compassionate with yourself, sitting with your shadow self, taking the time to feel things. This is exactly this. This is you feeling things, and then one of you get spiritually in tune. And then there becomes this kind of thing that happens between you that brings in that beautiful spirit of co-creation. And you're on the cusp of that. You're on the cusp of that happening right now. It's coming. Okay? So keep your eyes open for that. Keep your third eye open for that. Absolutely. Okay? All right. No, not this one. Okay, this one. My Ciro Marchetti deck. What's at your crown? Justice. This is an interesting Justice card because there's two figures right up here. See, one's dressed in dark, one dressed in light, one holds the scrolls, and the other is holding, what is she holding? I don't know. She's holding something. I can't rightfully see, but it's fine. Right in the middle, what's that? The yin and the yang, right? Balance. This one really focuses on balance really hard. Usually when I do Justice cards, this isn't the card. This isn't the one that I would use for temperance, or this would be like an eye for an eye. But this one is perfectly balanced with the both colors coming in, and they're both hanging on to the same structure. There's the yin and the yang. There's that pendulum pointing at the planet. It's a sense of balance that's coming in for you. This is what you want. This is what you're trying to bring in. You want to bring in, you know, it's that kind of balance. It's looking at everything. It comes into that compassion card again. It comes into this point of getting perspective. You're not just looking at the positive things that are going to come in. You're looking at everything. That's the thing. You're looking at everything. Both the darkness and the light. You're not looking at just one thing. We as a planet have to look at our shadows. The less we look at them, the more disconnected we become. The more we escape them through scrolling or whatever, distractions, the less that we become. In the shadows is a lot of the lessons that we learn, the wisdom, where we strive to be better, where we grow, where we create. This is why through the last couple of years, there's not been, last 40 years, there hasn't been great strains of creation anymore. So that's at your crown. That's your higher self. Yeah, trying to bring in this, with this, through this change of whatever you're doing. At your ground. What is this? The Nine of Swords. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. The root chakra. Yes. And you know why I'm going to say yes to the Nine of Swords? Because that's what we're talking about here. The shadow side. The boogeyman. The boogeyman in the window. Yes. You're looking at him. Okay? You're looking at. You don't want to. You want to escape it. You don't want the anxiety. But you have to. Because this is where you come from. The ending of something. Okay? I'll put it to you in very standard terms. Let's say you are looking for a job, or you quit a job, or you get fired from a job, whatever way you want to look at it, okay? And suddenly, let's say you get fired from a job, or you get let go from a job. Move on, Jane, from the job. Now you're looking for something new. What do most of us immediately do? We look for the same job. I know I've done it. I was called a secretary when it was fashionable to do so. If one secretarial job stopped, or admin assistant when it changed while I was still out there, you go from that job to the next job. You became an admin assistant, a data analyst, whatever the heck. You know, you were in that vein. Did I ever want to be that? Absolutely not. Those were the jobs that were easiest to find at the time. And I figure if I studied in that, I would become something like that. I hated it. From the moment I studied to be it, completely despised it. Fit it into a mold, figuring, well, I had to do something and I didn't know what I wanted to do and didn't take any time, and then continued my life slowly doing the exact same thing over and over again. Even when I left, raised my children, what did I do? I revamped my skill as an admin assistant and then continued on that path. Why? Because it's what I knew and I didn't question anything. Okay? I was running along without taking time in the middle of the perspective to look for something different, to ask myself the question, do I just want to rebirth the same thing over again, or do I want to get perspective? I would have had to sit with the why. Why do I hate it so much? And then I would have gotten answers. Because I think it's a safe job. Because I think that it's going to bring me, money. Not happiness, but money, because it's easy. And then I would have had to answer myself, why am I picking the easy thing? Questioning my shadows. Is it because you're lazy? Yes. There's that anxiety. Yes, I have to judge myself, but it's not judging. It isn't judging. You know what it is? It's truth. It's your truth at the moment. It doesn't make you a terrible person. It just makes you human. It makes you human. And then if you can start picking away at it, you're going to see where things can balance themselves out. You're going to do that perspective thing and go, well, maybe I can still get the boring job, but then work at something that I really want to do and commit to it. And stop calling myself lazy. Do one thing every day, not 50 things, one thing every day in the goal of reaching the goal that I want. All right. So now we've done the da. Okay, so do how others perceive you. Which deck do I use? Do I have another deck here that I can just pick up? Let's do a regular Rider-Waite-Smith. If you hear somebody yelling up, it's because it's supper time. All right. Oh, how others see you. In the middle of a transition. I feel that with a 5. Okay? Another. Okay, let's do another with that one. Because that card has a few meanings for me. Yeah. So, if I look at these, I think that they're seeing you between, maybe either winning or losing something. Because, let's say it's a job. If you lost a job, maybe they see you as losing something, but maybe you're seeing it as winning something. On your way to something better. So whatever it is, doesn't mean it's a job. It could be anything. Okay, we have many things that we look at in our lives, relationships, all of that stuff, money, career, doesn't matter. We have places that we're going and things that we're doing. So we're always on the way to something. All right, so let's see. What's your perception? Okay. Yeah. Your perception is that you're launching. But I'm going to tell you your perception better. You should be careful here. Okay. Don't skip the 2 of Wands in this reading. The 2 of Wands is a contemplating and thinking, innovating. Look at your choices, potential, the threshold. This is the launching. You are seeing yourself as launching, but obviously you're blocked. The reason you're blocked is because you got to take a minute to see what's going on. Okay? Just saying. This is your message. Okay? This is your message for this week. So take the moment to really sit with it. Sit with it. Okay, so we have 2 more cards to pick. And, I do have another deck that's hiding here. It's a Sufi Tarot, I think. Is it? Is it the Sufi? Yes, it is. Okay. It's a big deck. I love it. But it's a huge, humongous deck. But we'll just shuffle it quietly. Just quietly. It's got beautiful cards. Beautiful, beautiful. Your hopes and fears. The hopes and fears for Pisces this week. Let's see. Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, which is totally Pisces. Look at the magic being built in the background. You see, with the, I think, does that a sitar or whatever? Anyway, look at the magic here. Look at the magic you're weaving. Absolutely. I feel that it sits very well with this one here. That compassion card, it sits very well with it. You're hoping that inspiration's going to come in, that things, you know, that it's going to come to shore, that you're going to get what you're looking for, that imagination, that inspiration. And you will, but you're a little worried because you're feeling blocked by this Ace of Wands, but don't, okay? This is exactly what you need. And some will call it escapism and dreaming, but you know, visualization, there's a little secret about people who can use their imagination, okay? It's a real beautiful portal to the most beautiful places you're ever going to create in your life. So please don't dismiss it as just, you know, escapism or stuff like that. If you're doing it day in, day out without getting anything remotely done in your life, okay, maybe you have a problem. However, okay, don't ever dismiss it as something frivolous. A dreamer is where all things begin. So, all right, last card, outcome. Yay! Look at that, your Ace of Staff, your Ace of Wands, it comes in, that's it, okay? Once you've done the work here, let me push that from my messy desk. Once you have done the work, the inspiration comes. You've taken the time to look at things, observe them. Take a real look at them. They come in. They come in. Inspiration strikes. Okay? And you're going to be fiery and excited, and ideas are going to form, and you'll know. Instantly, you'll know. Okay, this is it. I'm ready. I'm good. We're good to go. Let's go. There you go. There you go. That is your reading for this week. It's amazing. It's yep. It's amazing. So do you want an oracle? Although there are oracles here. Let's take from the shaman. Ooh, or do you want the starseed oracle? Oh my God, I have an old picture of a friend and I when my hair was bright red. I'm going to hide her because I'm pretty sure she doesn't want, but look at me with my red hair. Look at that. Yeah, now I'm gray and my natural brown color, but so cool. All right, so what am I feeling here? Am I feeling either one of these? I don't think so. Neither one of these is calling me. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. I think this is it. I don't think I need another oracle, honestly. It's kind of strange. Is there anything calling me more? Nope. The cards are all humming, but nothing is going, you know, radar crazy. Which, by the way, is the first time I do that, but it's a new thing. I have ascended, and now I'm basically a receiver, a transmitter, a receiver. I don't know. I'm still confusing myself with that, but yeah. How about over here? What about these? Nope. I'm good, you guys. This is it. I think this is enough anyway. And I thank you so much. I'm going to put my other channels here. Okay? Tarot Guy with AI is changed. And it's changed in a beautiful way. So please join up there. I mean, you won't regret it. If you have a bit of time and you can pop in some headphones and just listen, it's it's really insightful. Soul awareness, I'm really digging into my channeling, just less cards, more channeling. And you have life path number tarot. That's also changed a little bit, but not much. And here'll be another video. Anything, something else you might like to watch on this channel. Thank you so much for being here. And take care. I will be back Tuesdays and Thursday to bring you another beautiful video. Different divination, but, still Pisces. Take care. Bye for now.